Welcome to Review Rewind, a show where a couple of friends watch movies of all today to figure out if viewers are spot on or a little off. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tristan.
And this week we're talking about Dracula Untold. Excuse me. What a time. What a time. Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Mike. Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
What's your bright spot?
Hey, I got to go see some friends yesterday.
I know.
And sometimes things don't go as planned. The day was good. It was good to see friends.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when you rely on the train, sometimes the train gets delayed and there's nothing you can do about it. But the day was good.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
I had a rehearsal Monday night and got to hang out with people I haven't seen in a while, and it was fun. So
Nice.
Yeah, should be good. Got a show coming up, and it's weird to be in a band with people I idolized. And still
That's
do,
fun.
frankly. Still do.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's fun. It's cool. It's a thing,
Mhm.
Dracula Untold, directed by Gary Shore. Let's take a look at these people, because you know what? Let's come back to it after. I don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're gonna
Oh wow. Okay. Yep.
put the horse before the cart, as I like to say.
Uh-huh.
Screenplay by Matt Sazama and Burk Sharpless, based on Dracula Year 1. I've also seen Year 0 by Matt Sazama and Burk Sharpless. Dracula is by Bram Stoker. Produced by Michael De Luca. Starring Luke Evans, Dominic Cooper. No, well, you did. I didn't. I feel like sometimes I push a button and then I mute the video, and I apologize. But now I don't hear you, but now I do. There you go.
There we
You go. All right. Starring Luke Evans, Dominic Cooper, Sarah Gadon, Charles Dance. Cinematography, John Schwartzman. Edited by Richard Pearson. Music by Remen Djawadi. Production companies: Universal Pictures, Legendary Pictures, Michael De Luca Pictures. Distributed by Universal. Release date: holy hell, almost there. October 10th, 2014.
Hey,
That was almost on the ball there.
we keep lining these up pretty close recently.
When this comes out, it'll be lined up. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
on the day.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it on purpose.
Perfect. It was totally planned. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm so good at this. Runtime, 92 minutes. It's a short one.
It's a shorty.
Budget, $70 million. Grossed in the U.S. and Canada, $56 million. Opening weekend, it got 23,000. Not a great opening weekend. Gross worldwide, $217 million.
China loved it.
Not a success, but not a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, as they say,
Recap!
I don't think this is how transitions work. Anyway,
You're doing so good.
Recap Rewind, where we rewind and recap the film for you. This week, it's on me. And so, I accidentally closed my window.
Oops.
Shit. Oh. Anyway. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. What happens when you nullify Dracula? Where you make a character that has represented fear and terror and turned him into a brooding but good king? What happens when you take what should be a rated R bloodfest with enough horniness to fill a pool, but you turn it into a tame PG-13 movie? You get Universal's 2014 Dracula Untold. We follow a Transylvanian king, Vlad, Luke Evans, who, is that his name? I didn't actually write their names on here.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Who was once known as the Turkish army's most deadly weapon, Vlad the Impaler, or the son of the dragon. But he is different now. He's married. He has a son. He wants to give his son the life he never had. He's a millennial. But the Turkish army is now led by his former warring associate, Mehmed, played by Dominic Cooper. Mehmed, being a cruel man, wishes to instill the past policy of stealing Transylvanian boys and turning them into bloodthirsty soldiers. But Vlad betrays the Turks and calls for his village to escape. But before he joins them, he goes into the He goes into the mountain to find a monster to use its powers. The monster is a vampire and gives Vlad some of his blood, which turns Vlad into a vampire. He then kills thousands of Turks. But he now has the weakness of vampire, which is sunlight, silver, and good decisions. Long story short, Vlad has to last 3 days without sucking blood to turn back into a human. Mehmed and his army are able to use the day and other trickery to kill most of the villagers. He sends in sneaky soldiers who are able to kill Vlad's wife and kidnap his kid, which is right before the third day ends. Vlad's wife tells him to drink her blood and save their son. And he does. And she dies. And so does pretty much everyone else. But Vlad turns to some of the dying villagers and turns them into vampires, and they demolish the Turks. Vlad saves his son, but now the other vampires want to kill his son. Oh, snap! A priest survives and takes Vlad's son, and all the vampires die in the sunlight. Except for Vlad, who's rescued by, I don't know, Igor? And then we are in today's time, and Vlad's wife, Marina, played by Sarah Gadon, is apparently reincarnated or something. Oh, and the original vampire is also alive, and apparently Vlad did nothing about him and just let him live and stuff. Okay, bye!
Recap! Replay!
Tristan,
Yay.
I'll say mine after yours.
Okay.
But I would like to know overall, what did you think of this film?
I am ashamed to say I kind of liked it.
You should be ashamed. This movie sucks. This is a bad movie.
Like, here's the thing. Fully acknowledge it's bad. But I expected it to be worse. Like, I expected it to be like so bad that it's like, ugh, this is horrible. I kind of enjoyed it.
Here's the thing. This is not as bad as Wrath of the Titans or whatever that movie was.
Yeah.
But it has so much bad in it.
Yes, it does.
Luke Evans, I think, is a very like charismatic guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow take a very charismatic guy with a character that could be just an endless amount of possibilities as far as development goes, and turn him into the most dull, boring hero of all time.
Yeah.
He's a mass murderer, but they spend maybe a minute of the whole movie even really thinking about that.
It's
as a thing.
It somehow takes a guy who is historically not a good guy.
No.
And they somehow turn it on its head, and it's like, he's a good guy.
But
he
like,
loves his wife and kid.
But like really poorly.
Yeah.
Where they do nothing to make him. I don't think they do anything to make him like agreeable to the audience.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do with him. Like the whole time, I'm like, what? What are?
So here's the biggest issue that I think happened. One, I think this story was actually deserving of a closer to 2-hour long film to fill in the very obvious gaps that should be filled in.
Okay.
But I think the biggest detriment is that they were trying to start the dark universe, the cinematic dark universe, whatever it is that Universal was trying to do. This was the predecessor to that.
Yeah.
And I think,
or at least this was supposed to be.
Yes, this was supposed to lead into a modern day sequel that was supposed to connect into The Mummy and so on and so forth, which we've talked about some of those when we watched Van Helsing earlier this year. But the issue is, and this happens a lot, when people are trying to make a cinematic universe with their movies, they don't put effort into it, and they're just like, let's throw it all together and throw it out there. And so there's a lot to this story that is missing that I think could have been really, really interesting. But they just go from like, here's the basic story, ABC. Hey, he's kind of a bad guy. How do we make him not a bad guy? He loves his family and kids, and I guess he's kind of like feels bad for what he did. And he was a child soldier, so he didn't have the ability to be better than that. So like,
right.
Blah. But they didn't focus on the fact of like, is he repentive of what he did? Does he like have a deep sorrow for what he did? Not really.
No,
we don't see that.
No, he's a good dad. So that's like the same. That's the same as repentance.
Mm-hmm. And so like other story things that could have made it better that they missed because they were just getting to the hour 30 mark is like the villagers turning on him. That should have been a tension that existed from the first time that he used his power. And there should have been this like B story that was happening that was telling us like, hey, the villagers are scared of this guy that's supposed to be protecting them.
Yeah.
But no, we just get all of a sudden like, burn him. And that's that.
Yeah.
And then there's another part where he uses his powers like in an extreme way to control the bats. And it was like, okay, how does he know how to do that? How did he even think about doing that? They introduced at the beginning that there were scrolls or documentation of like there's vampires out there. He should have had that and been studying it.
Yeah.
As like, okay, how do I use this power? What kind of power is told? Because this guy's not going to tell me. I got to figure it out on my own. But they don't do that. He just goes up to the belfry and he's like, I got bats in my belfry. And then he's like, what if I do this? And he turns them into a giant fist. Like, okay, cool. But how and why?
Yeah.
Does he get there? So they skip a lot of things. And the big thing that I noticed was the suspension of disbelief stuff, for the most part, was like, okay, he's a vampire. Like, he's got these powers. Okay, whatever. The things that didn't make sense are the things that should be the most believable. Like, the actions that real people are taking seem like the stupidest things. And it's just like, okay, why your entire village is being slaughtered in the forest, and you're just like hugging your wife and kid right now and not saving everybody else? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's a bad king.
Yeah. That's why he's not a king. He's just a prince,
I guess.
Yeah.
Prince of Dum-Dums.
Of Dookie.
Dookie Prince. Yeah, this movie was infuriating because it does so much to do so little.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it visually, it has moments.
Mm-hmm.
The actors are good.
Mm-hmm.
But the villain leaves a lot to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
The hero leaves a lot to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
The action leaves a lot to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
And even, you know what? This is going to be the sexual tension leaves a lot to be desired.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying it needed to have nudity, but it felt like that's what they were going for, and no one ever pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they're this movie is just this whole movie's sexual tension is just dry humping the whole time. Like it just like there was a bunch of moments where I was like, oh, I wonder. I know this is a PG-13 movie, so I know they're not going to go too far. And then the way it pans out, I'm like, I don't know, just don't have that scene.
Yeah,
just don't do that scene.
I expected there to be at least a butt.
Yeah. Well, it was just really funny because it was so funny because Marina, how did they say her name? Marina?
Marina? I don't remember.
None of the names made sense to me.
Marina, I think.
Okay. There's the scene where she's in the tent and her thing is off her shoulder, her shirt is off her shoulder. And I don't know why. One, the camera was objectifying her in that, but she was clothed, so it was like, okay, but she was also sitting in a way where nothing was overly featured. It wasn't like she was bent over and the camera was right there or whatever it was. It was the camera was trying to make her look sexy.
Mm-hmm.
or at least the director was trying to make her look. Someone who was setting the scene up was trying to make her look sexy. She's a very beautiful woman, but it also feels like an SNL skit where it's like, she's like, isn't this sexy? Kind of thing. Like, it feels like that of someone who doesn't actually know how to be sexy, trying to be sexy. And it like took me out of the moment a little because I was like, wait, is this really happening? Is this happening in this movie right now? Oh, they're doing this.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
Mm-hmm. The timing was super weird of that to be happening as well.
Okay. I have a lot of feelings of what this movie could be. so let's not get there because we need to talk about what the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and start with Gary Shore.
Gary.
He is the director.
My guy.
He is Irish. It appears to be.
He hasn't done a lot.
No. He did a short movie in 2006. And then somehow, like, maybe Universal Studios is the one to blame. Maybe we should just blame Universal Studios.
Oh, we definitely should.
Because they gave what should be... The reality is this movie should have been the best movie from all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should have been the aim to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave it to a legitimate no one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
there's nothing on this for him to be like, oh, he's done like all these festivals with short films and stuff.
Right,
Let's give him like, there's nothing, at least on IMDb, that suggests why he would have gotten this big of a movie.
This is very confusing. And then he had a short that was featured in a full-length movie called Holidays. The short was St. Patrick's Day. And then he also did, I guess, a full-length movie, Haunting of the Queen Mary, which is weird. It is a movie. How about that? I guess it's weird because we are Southern Californians, and the Queen Mary.
I've been on the Queen Mary.
It's just in Long Beach, so it's like
mm-hmm.
it is something in the zeitgeist of Southern California, and they usually have a haunt during Halloween time. And it got really bad reviews. Maybe this guy's not good at it. I don't know. Anywho, that's really it for him. So this was really his first go at a movie, and left a lot to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all of it can be blamed on like direction per se, because the director does have a lot of control, but also I don't know if the producers maybe were. But yeah, I guess
we kind of talked about this when we did Van Helsing, but Universal has been trying to, like, one, there's probably in the or like whatever gives them the rights to these stories, they have to make a movie about a character every so many years
to keep the rights,
to continue having the rights for them. And so they are trying to do that. And so sometimes they make good ones, sometimes they make bad ones. On top of that, we have, and I feel very certain that this is part of it, is you have everybody trying to compete with Marvel. And so they're like, hey, we're going to do this, and we're going to use these dark universe characters that we have because we've had them for the entirety of when, like, how long films have been around. We've had the rights to them. So let's make these characters into this cinematic universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
And everyone that we've seen that has tried to do that has failed miserably because they're not actually trying. Like, they're just like, hey, let's just crank it out and get money. And they're not putting the effort into it. They're not putting the thought into it. And so I think there's a lot of pressure coming from the studio, from the producers, and all of that to just make something. Because the story is so simple in this. It's not complicated at all. And they don't even focus on the nuance of the characters, which we've seen in the other, like the Mummy, and there's another one that came out that was supposed to be part of it, right? Either way,
no, there was another one.
There was supposed to be one
talked about. It was supposed to be Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, but they just, like, they're not focusing on actually making a story that makes sense or a story that is fully developed. Right. They're just trying to be the next Marvel.
Yeah. And it shows. You you dumb motherfucker. Anyway. So let's go into the writers. So the director, you know, honestly, for a director for a first time, there's lots of positives. Like, it looked cool sometimes. But it did feel like it was very much trying to me it felt like it was trying to be Christopher Nolan in a lot of ways.
I think they pulled a lot from Nolan's version of Batman. Yeah. Of, like, let's make him, like, dark and gritty, and that whole thing. But they took themselves, like, super serious.
Well, they took themselves serious while trying to create a character that shouldn't have been what they were trying to do. This is not what Dracula should have been.
Yeah, and they're trying to. This is them trying to make a villain into a,
which is wild because
likable character.
Like, the anti-hero was right there the whole time. Like, you could have made him an anti-hero and it would have been good. But he just failed as a good guy and then wasn't a bad guy. So
yeah, they didn't lean into either
just a
direction.
Shitty guy.
Yeah.
So Matt Sazama and Burk Sharpless, I believe. So if I'm understanding it correctly, I didn't read fully, but it seemed as though let's see. The film
wow. That's
it doesn't really say, but it's labeled as this movie is based off Matt Sazama and Burk Sharpless's spec script, I think, Dracula Year Zero. Or they had originally got hired to write the script in 2007, but it took until 2014 to get made, so the script probably went through quite a bit of rewrites, which is true, because the script is online.
The
Year Zero.
Year Zero.
And it is a bit different. And they use the term gypsy a lot, which I believe is not okay. And yeah, Vlad is definitely different in it. He's a little more intense. But what else have these guys done? This was their first thing.
Have you looked at what they've done?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And these guys, low key, should be the most hated people in Hollywood.
They don't have a good lineup at all.
Maybe they're bad at their jobs, and so
how do they keep getting movies though?
I don't, man. You know what? I don't know. Dracula Untold was their first project. Their second, The Last Witch Hunter, which was awful. Gods of Egypt, which is what I thought Clash of the Titans was.
What we were gonna watch last time, yeah.
The remake of Power Rangers. Which, bias aside, not great. They did the TV series Lost in Space, the reboot of that, which has better ratings.
That's probably the best thing that they've done.
Then,
at least according to the ratings, it's the best thing they've done.
Now to top off their career, because they have nothing in the woodwork.
Yeah, they decided to dip their toes back into the vampire world.
They did Morbius and Madam Web. So not only did Universal decide to put their whole put all their eggs in a shit basket, Sony also decided to do the same thing. Apparently did not read the writing on the walls in the slightest and gave them 2 whole pictures, which turned out to be 2 of Sony's worst movies.
And you think after Morbius, they would have been like, maybe we should pivot. Nope.
No, they didn't. They had 2 years too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think we're gonna go. I think one of our summer series should just be like a Sazama Sharpless viewing and being like, which one's the worst? Probably the Jared Leto one. Jared Leto could go eat shit. He sucks. Anyway,
what I love about Morbius and Sony is that they thought because of how much traction, like how many memes were being made about it, they're like, the internet likes it. Let's re-release it.
Yeah.
Not what we're talking about today.
I think the person to blame partially is Michael DeLuca. He is one of the producers. He was he got interviewed in the making of videos, so I feel like he had a big hand in it. He has a lot of stuff under his belt, but also maybe he just sucks too. I don't know. Maybe he just throws money at. Yeah, he does. He is not. He is not a good indicator of whether a movie is good, because his movies are all over the place. He started out with horror movies: Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Then he moved on to comedy with Loaded Weapon 1, which is a Lethal Weapon spoof, The Mask, and then he went into some drama with Don Juan de Marco. And then there's just like, I think he got lucky and produced some okay movies. Because he did Boogie Nights, Wag the Dog, and Dark City, all of which have decent reviews. He did American History X. And then he did Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Body Shots, The Bachelor. If you don't know what those movies are, they're bad. He did Little Nicky. Oh, he did Hedwig and the Angry Itch. I actually like that. Anyway.
Rush Hour 2.
Oh, son of a bitch. And then he has some like good ones mixed into stuff. Let's see. He has John Q. He produced Ghost Rider, The Love Guru. But then he got on to
Social Network.
The Social Network. Moneyball.
This feels like a guy who
Captain
just
Phillips. I think he just throws money at
he
movies
just
and
puts
hopes
money
they
at things,
win.
and he's like, "Hey, this one, let's do it."
50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, 50 Shades of Fred. I mean, 50 Shades Freed.
50 Nights at Freddy's.
But lately he lucked out and produced the TV series Shogun, which won a bunch of
Oh yeah,
Golden Globes. Which one's TV? Emmys? Emmys, yeah. He did American Rust. He did The Babysitter's Club.
Ooh.
This guy's a big hit and miss. I think he just throws money and lucks out. Like I don't think he's an indicator of whether a picture is going to be good or not.
He just has the money.
Which he threw money at this, and everyone was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," and no one thought, "But should we? Should we?"
Yeah. The editor is interesting. He's got a fun catalog of things from Muppets from Space.
Hell yeah.
Bowfinger, Scary Movie 2.
Hell yeah.
The Men in Black 2. The Bourne Supremacy. He's the one to blame for like super shaky cam. No, he's the editor for that. So he edits all the shaky cam.
Well, let's see if the director of photography.
He did Rent in 2005, Blades of Glory, Get Smart, Quantum of Solace, Iron Man 2, Maleficent, Dracula Untold, The Accountant, Kong Skull Island, Justice League.
Hey. Yo.
Godzilla, King of Monsters, Wonder Woman.
Which Justice League?
84. It looks like his was the
Joss Whedon.
The Whedon one, yeah. Uncharted, The Accountant 2. So he's been on familiar stuff. Nothing that I would say is great.
Hey, we've talked about this director of photography before.
Oh, John?
He did The Rock.
The Rock.
He did Armageddon. He did Pearl Harbor. He did Seabiscuit.
And
The Bucket List, Night at the
50
Museum.
Shades series.
Yep. The Amazing Spider-Man. Jurassic World. Jurassic World The Ride. Jurassic World Dominion.
Dominion?
Wait. What's the second
What about
one?
the Gru? I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Thank you. That was despicable of me. All right.
Was Dominion the third one? Or the second one?
Second one. Or third one.
So he did the first one and then he did the third one.
I don't know.
And then he was like, nay to the first or the second. Yeah, it was this Dominion was the third one because it had the original cast in it. Which, man, they must have needed money because I can't believe they read that script and went, yeah, this is going to be good.
All right. And then we got
music. Speaking of music and speaking of Marvel, Ramen. He did Iron Man.
Uh-huh.
And Deception. Prison Break.
Pacific Rim.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Medal of Honor video game. Medal of Honor. They did a lot of Medal of Honors.
Oh, the Warcraft movie.
Hey,
The Great Wall.
hey, nothing like a movie based in China having a white lead character.
Yeah.
You know, like The Last Samurai
Hey, speaking of
in Japan.
speaking of a white
I know
character
that
in a
China.
place that
Hold
shouldn't
on,
be
I know
white.
that China and Japan are two different places. I'm just saying, like a white hero character in an Asian place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But speaking of white,
What about all them white Turks there?
oh man, you know what? I thought about that. So let's just jump to everything. So Luke Evans. I mean, he was fine.
Oh, hold on. Before we get there.
Okay, yeah.
The CG was not good.
See, yeah, no.
They did too much.
No, yeah.
The most egregious of all is the shot that was trying to be so cool of the sword stabbing the guy and then spinning around and showing the reflection of him doing stuff.
God.
That was like,
as soon as that shot happened, I was like, why are they following
what?
the sword?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're doing a 360. Okay. Oh no, it's still going.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going.
It went for the whole battle.
It is still going.
There was a lot of shots that were also like just nothing, and it was distractingly nothing. But yeah, so visuals not great. Anyway, Luke Evans is Vlad.
Luke Evans, he's fine. Vlad himself was a bad character. Luke Evans, is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Sarah Gadon, Marina. She also was a good actor. I just think it was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Transylvania? It's Eastern Europe, right?
It would be. Let's find out. Transylvania. I think it's Eastern. How do you spell Transylvania?
It's like Sylvester.
There we go. It's in Romania.
Which is
By Serbia, Bulgaria. Yes, it's like close to Ukraine.
Eastern Europe, yeah. Okay. Well, not that. Well, yeah, it is East. I was like, Greece is technically Eastern Europe.
Mm-hmm. It's part of Romania, which touches the Black Sea, so like that direction.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know too much of my history. I know conspiracy theory history. The reason I say that is because, one, there are people who believe that vampires are real.
Right.
Two, they believe that, yes, in fact, they do come from Transylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And three, there may be validity to some of it, but they believe that the English royalty is actually Transylvanian, meaning they're vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's all I really know about Transylvania. And all that being said, Eastern Europe, I mean, maybe I don't know that much about. That's still like white people, right? But there's like,
yes, but
there's like native ethnic groups there, right? Turkey was conquered by like Muslim army.
So like you still have because of like Greece and everything, you have, I think, what would be Caucasian, but there's starting to be a lot more mixture with the Middle Eastern as well,
Arab background.
Yeah. So
I heard someone say something that was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
and it was that not to shame you or anything, because I'm still learning all of this, but they're like, Middle Eastern is in itself kind of like a derogatory term, because you don't talk to someone from London and go, oh, you're Middle Western, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I want to say whatever will allow most people to feel seen. That's what I want to refer to people as. But also, this is where we're at. I don't know how to do better. I want to do better, but I don't know how.
There's a lot of ways that we reference different parts of the world that are unfortunately inappropriate, and we don't realize that it is like
correct,
not great. So,
but I do believe that there are people who have not only native to that land, but aren't necessarily of Caucasian background, whatever that really is. So I know that that's there. It was just super weird seeing I mean, people could have looked like Sarah Gadon during that time. I had more issue with Dominic Cooper as like...
No, I wasn't really offended by any of the Transylvanians. It was more of the Turks that I was like, uh-oh.
Because
you had two people who looked like they were actually from that area.
Yeah,
and
the guy
Dominic Cooper,
the guy that's like the crazy guy.
Oh, I guess we had three. Okay, so we had the crazy guy, we had the soldier who came to get his son.
Oh, right, that is right.
And then there was the random general who showed up less than or like more than halfway through the movie, who all of a sudden was like, "Oh, look."
I'll be 100%. The crazy guy may just be like a white dude that just had a ton of makeup. It's now looking at some of his other photos, I'm like, I don't know what this guy is. He could be anything, and I guess good for him. He's a very interesting profile. Man, they really put his hair in his face. Like, he's a really interesting face. All that said, yeah, though there were a couple people who, how about this, presented more of a Arabic descent, but not too many. I mean, there's a couple like Greek people in there. I'm like, that works. It's close.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. That guy is super white.
Yeah, right?
Anyway.
I just think they gave him like a lot of makeup. So Dominic Cooper, I don't know what his accent was.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that like all of the people from Transylvania, which is at least from the media, we've always heard have very distinct accents, all sounded British. And then the Turks all had some form of accent that was not a British accent. That was kind of weird.
All right, hold on. If this has something, if this is not kosher, then I apologize, but I'm very curious. So I looked up a Romanian accent, and there's a video that they do accents quickly. So I'm really hoping it's not a gag and they just are like really offensive.
Hi friends, welcome back for another accent.
Oh, I don't want to hear you talk.
Americans will sometimes
that
she wished.
Oh, I thought it was gonna just be someone talking. You know who's Romanian?
Who?
Fuck, I forgot his name.
Well, I don't know.
Winter Soldier.
Who?
The Winter Soldier.
Oh, Sebastian?
Yeah. he's when he's speaking Romanian in the movie, that's because he's from Romania. I don't know if they have. Well, I'm sure there are dialects within the Romanian language of different areas of Romania, in the same way that I am speaking English in an American accent, but a Californian accent, not to
Sounds
be
very
confused
different than Texas
with a Texas accent or New York or I don't know, whatever the fuck they have in North Dakota. Just had a lot of hate for North Dakota out of nowhere. I just want to hear someone Romanian speak. No, it's just that. Don't tell me that. Oh, this guy. Hold on. This is such a bad use of our time.
Consultants on this accent were positioned that sound, which tends to be if
Are you dancing with a Leo upon Lemur's bed? I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car.
So it does have that kind of little tonal sound, something I would imagine to be from that area. I don't think I would be able to like discern it from the surrounding areas. I can tell Russian or Slavic in that area. There's something about it that stands out differently. This really has a rounder sound that I wouldn't have. What I've
again, this is our ignorance showing a little bit, and I really apologize, and I would like to know more. When you get into that area of the country or the continent, you start getting a mix of like the Slavic sound, but also the Arabic sound. And it's a little bit of a mixture of both of those.
Yeah. Well, and also we're talking about these places because we're talking about these places, but like this is also, I don't know, 200 years ago, 200, 300 years ago, which it would have looked quite different. And I just wanted to look it up because, again, it would look different back then. But in Turkey, Turkish is the mother language of 90% of the population of the country. Some 70 other dialects are spoken, including various dialects of Caucasian, Kurdish, as well as Arabic, Greek, Ladino, and Armenian. So Turkish is the main language, which... What is Turkish? Turks from... Well, no. That doesn't tell me what the actual language. I would assume it's a mix of like Persian, Arabic, and maybe some Greek. Because there was a lot of that within that time. It's right there. It's right next to it. So I don't know. The reason we're spending so much time on this is mostly because this movie has a lot of British people. It has Dominic Cooper, who plays the Shah? No, what's
they call them a sultan, right?
Sultan. I knew that, and my brain blanked.
Your brain blanked. And he's British.
He is British. And I looked him up, and I was trying to see if maybe like his parents were from somewhere near. No, he's British. He's just a British dude. Little bit of a tan, but a British dude. That felt weird. I also don't know if he was the best person for that role. he didn't really seem that villainous.
But I don't know if that's because of him or because the writing spent so much more time on Dracula than on the villain.
If I may,
Go
I
ahead.
do think it is him because I don't think he's intimidating.
No. He's got I'm going through some
He's
pictures
not a
of him.
bad actor.
He just has a little bit of a boyish look to him that makes him not feel intimidating. Yet I'm seeing pictures of him like punching people, which is really funny. But
Yeah, nothing against him as a person or anything like that. I just don't think, like, even his goatee looks weird.
mm-hmm.
Or beard. I don't know if it was a beard or a goatee. I don't know. I'm not going to find it, but
It's a goatee.
It's a goatee. Okay. It
Or
doesn't.
does it have? No, it's got a little bit of a chin strap. It's a beard.
It's a beard. I don't even and he looks like all his pictures, he has a pretty deep 5 o'clock shadow. So it's like he could probably grow a good beard,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't let him. I just don't think he was that great as a villain. I don't think he was a bad actor. I just don't think he was a good villain. The son, Art Parkinson, he played in Garrus. Am I wrong? Did they say his name earlier in the movie? Because I feel like the first time I knew his name was at the end of the movie, and I was suddenly like, "Wait, that's his name?"
They said it a handful of times
Okay.
earlier. You know what? Dominic Cooper in this looks like, what's his name? Carl Urban from Thor.
Oh.
Look
Oh man, are you gonna share it?
at this. That's Carl Urban from Thor Ragnarok.
You're kind of
For
right.
sure.
I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of right. He does kind of look like, but he looks like a young Carl Urban.
Uh-huh.
Because for whatever reason, Carl Urban has looked 40 for the last 25 years.
Yeah, that guy got to a certain age and then just stopped.
Stayed there. Even when he's supposed to be young, I'm like, that motherfucker's not young. He's got to be like 60 now.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna feel real bad. He is 53. Okay, I wasn't too far off.
Not too bad.
But even the movies where he's supposed to be, he was in The Bourne Identity, and even then it was like, this guy's a real young 40, and he was in his 20s. Anyway, we're not talking about Carl Urban. We're talking about Dominic Cooper.
But I want to.
Charles Dance is the master vampire. Yeah, he was spooky.
He's a spooky
You know
guy.
what? I will give credit where credit is due. The opening scene with him was pretty good.
Mhm.
Like, he looked creepy as hell. Them giving him a normal face ruined it. And then all the other characters are forgettable.
Mhm.
I don't give a shit. All right. Now, let's talk about this movie and what it could have been.
Okay. It's like, well, have we not been talking about this?
What it should
Barely.
have been. And this is what I think.
Mhm.
I don't know why they came at this movie from this angle where they had to make him good.
Mhm.
No. Don't make him good.
Mhm.
Make this should have been the pretext to John Wick.
Mm.
This should have been the skeleton for John Wick. It is this man who has done everything he can to, like, fuck the Prince of Transylvania screw all of that. He should have been Vlad the Impaler. He finally killed enough people to satisfy the Sultan.
Mm-hmm.
And he is released. Upon his release, he goes and he takes over like an abandoned church, the church on the hill, whatever it is. And he is a farmer, and he has his wife, and he has his child, and that is where they start. Upon this time, he, finds books about the history of Transylvania with their vampires. And he was just like, look at these weird stories. And with his son, he's just talking about these stories. And his son's like, do you really think these are real? And he's like, no, it's myth, son. You don't have to worry about that. And then upon waking, the Turkish army is there. And the new Sultan appears, who fucking hates him. Maybe they got betrayed. Maybe he was the son of the original Sultan who always felt jealous of Vlad. Vlad being, his father's true son.
Very gladiator of you.
Yeah, why not? Except he kills his family right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And chases him into the mountains. And the Turkish soldiers are then killed by this creature. But the creature doesn't do this weird thing, whatever it is. Maybe Vlad kills him or something. I don't know. They had to do something else because the whole I was like, this vampire knows so much fucking history about himself. He knows the science of himself. He's like, hey, drink some of my blood. You got 3 days. Because my biggest question from that is, how the fuck do you know? How do you know that? How do you know in 3 days? How?
I had a lot of questions for him, which was why is he stuck in the cave?
Yeah.
What about his curse?
Why isn't he moving it? What? Who did he shit on? What is it that keeps him in that cave?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of did he say he was cursed?
He said that it's basically something along the lines of you can help me get revenge on the person who cursed me and to be in this cave or something. He comments on the predecessor before him cursed him to be stuck in that cave and he couldn't leave, and then he was going to exact his revenge once if Vlad became full vampire.
And here you go. Now I figured out how we can fix this whole problem. So the vampire kills the other guys, and Vlad, being the fighter that he is, actually puts up a fight, cuts the vampire bleeds. Or he kills the vampire, stake in the heart, whatever it is. But instead of them just turning into ash or whatever, they bleed like normal people. And when he bleeds, all the blood gets on Vlad. He drinks it by mistake. And then goes through the process of becoming a vampire. Because the bullshit about if you kill the top one, then it all goes. No, it's wrong. You just have to die. It's none of that exists because it's mythology. You can make it up. You don't have to follow their rules.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They could be wrong.
Yeah.
And then he just goes on a fucking bloody revenge trip. He destroys the entire army by himself. He turns into a vampire. He goes through the thirst, not realizing what he needs to do, and he almost blacks out and then wakes up knowing he's drinking the blood of people. But he also feels regained and strengthened and goes on from there and then builds the story from there. They should have made him a monster. There's no point in this movie where he's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And he should have done away with the bad guy. Like, all of this story should have been the first hour, and then the rest of it should have been in our time.
Mm.
And it was him going, talking to the audience. He's like, once you've lived 300 years, those same desires don't have the same pull as they used to. He knows he has to do it. So, but he also gets bored of going after the innocent. Maybe he drank the blood of the innocent once and was like, it reminded me of my son, or it reminded me of my wife, and it was something I didn't want to experience anymore. I don't feel pain. I don't feel anything, but the only hurt I feel is the passing of my child.
Like the memory of...
Yeah. Which it still would have kept him locked in on that concept, but him saving his son was so pointless in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the same fucking outcome. He could have just sent his son with the priest from the beginning of the movie, and it would have been the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was no point to it.
Yeah.
That's why I hate this, a lot of this movie, because some of the plot just, it's so useless.
Yeah. No, I think just historically, the history of who Vlad the Impaler was, he was like a king,
right?
Or that part makes sense for why they chose that. But I agree with everything else of they should have made him.
The Turks could have destroyed his entire kingdom, and that's why he went on a revenge trip. They still could have kept that in. They needed to make the villain so damn villainous that the only answer was a lust for blood.
Was another villain.
Because
then
he would have killed all of them. He would have gotten to the end, and he's like, I still feel empty.
Mm-hmm.
That is the path that starts him. Mm-hmm. The fact that his son survives, I think, takes away from the possibility of what could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is wrong about this movie.
Yeah. And then it didn't make sense why the vampires all turn on him at the end.
Okay. Here's the part that's annoying. They spend the whole hour and 20 minutes absolutely avoiding the fact that vampires are supposed to be bloodthirsty, also the horniest people in the room, always.
Uh-huh.
And they spend an hour and 20 minutes avoiding it. And then it is not until there is a woman vampire that suddenly all the killing and everything they do, the blood sucking, is very innuendo.
Hmm.
They're very like that. There's so much more of that sound happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wait, why didn't you do that with Luke Evans? Why isn't that what's happening? Why are we doing it this way? And that's where it kind of got even weirder for me, because it was like, wait, hold on. Are you really waiting until you have a female and then you make it? That's when you start making it like that innuendo. And then even some of the other guys were a little more that way too. There was a little more innuendo to it. And I think the reason they did that is because they're trying to show that Dracula, Vlad, is so strong. Mm-hmm. He's such a strong, good man. He's not a what is it? Like a weak soul. Who just succumbs to his desires the same way these other villagers do it. That's why they did that, which kind of makes sense. But also, they could have just not did that.
Mhm.
He could have done it all by himself.
He
I don't
could
know.
have just gone into, and all of a sudden he has the ability to control the clouds.
Yeah, that one was weird. That the storm following him.
Uh-huh.
And
If it was a storm of bats, maybe.
yeah,
But an actual storm blocking out the sun, does like how what? Huh?
yeah,
Why couldn't the other guy do that?
yeah. He could have done that the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when Superman was being developed. He couldn't fly at first, and then someone was like, "But what if we made him fly?" This one's like, "But what if Dracula could, control the clouds?
Uh-huh.
What if he can make some shocky lightning?
Yeah. And the thing that is so annoying about, like, they give us the story of he wants to save his son, and then they make a point of he wants to save like all the children, all the sons of his people. And yet all of his people die, and he does not care.
Yeah, he sucks. That's why I hate it. They shouldn't have done that. They should not have done that.
Yeah, it should have been that the Turkish army completely destroyed his village or his castle or whatever, like killed all of his people. And then it's not him all of a sudden being like, well, now I've got to let everybody die. Like,
Right.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. Carl Urban is going to be Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
What? Anyway, sorry. I still had that window up. Yeah, this movie just has too many problems. It could have been so much better. It should have been scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he should have been an absolute menace to the audience, not just to the people he's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they did in the first scene with the original vampire was what a lot of it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been like when he goes into vampire mode, he kind of turns into a hideous creature, and you don't see it until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Which is...
Yeah, you were talking about they should have actually made him into a monster. There's a line in the movie where
he says
he talks about how, like, he became the Impaler because he needed to be more than just a man. He needed to be a monster.
Right.
But then he never is actually the monster. Like,
Right.
He never fully goes back into that.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Fucking movie. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. Oh, the stupid blindfolding the army, because
That pissed me the fuck
that
off,
was
man.
so stupid.
I was so mad because I was like, wait, why are they doing this? And why is he so proud?
Okay, so for the context,
You thought you could not march if you were blindfolded, and now look at you. How can you look if you got the blindfolds on?
for context, Mehmed is told that all of his troops are hearing that Vlad has become a monster, and his solution is to just blindfold them because they can't be scared of what they can't see. How are they supposed to fight? How are they supposed to do anything?
Right.
And they march miles blindfolded, which they didn't need to do. Like, if you're going to put blindfolds on them, wait until you're at the battle to put your blindfolds on. Right. And then when we see them, none of them are wearing blindfolds when they're fighting.
No, that makes too much sense. Stop it. Stop it.
It's so stupid.
It is very stupid. Also, another thing that this is really small. This is borderline petty. So, one, the cover of this film has him looking like some kind of dark angel, which maybe they should have. Maybe he's like, I'm no longer Vlad the Impaler, but I am the angel of death. Something. Who gives a fuck? Just do something like that. But he has this really cool armor. Really, really cool armor.
Mm-hmm.
It takes him so long to put that armor on. He should be wearing that throughout the whole movie. It should be on him the whole time.
Yeah. And they do it as if it's some like big reveal at the end.
Right.
It's not.
Another stupid thing about this movie is every time he like looks back at himself from the past or something of the past, they add like a or something like that. So they go into this like church thing, I guess you could say. I don't fully understand why there's like an abandoned monastery church in the top of a mountain or whatever. That didn't make it. That should have been his castle. Like that should have just been what it was. But they go there, and that was somewhere he used to hang out. Even more confusing why he just has this like summer getaway or whatever in a church. But that's where he keeps his armor. And his son goes, I don't think he spoke like this, but he's like, Father, what is in that door? And he's like, something I hope I'll never have to use again. And it's just the armor.
Yeah, I expected it to be like...
I expected it to be the fucking vampire or something like...
or like a spear or something that's like, that was his like...
It should have been a demon. It should have been something scary.
Oh, it's true. It zoomed in and it did go...
Right, exactly.
It should have been something more than
the
like,
reveal.
it's just the armor.
The reveal of it being the armor, I was very much disappointed because I was expecting something kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a Suicide Squad katana situation where he's like, "This is the sword that contains all the souls of those I've slaughtered,
right,
and gives me strength." Something.
Yeah. For
a you know why I think this is one of those issues of like it's a Christopher Nolan-ified picture. You take something that is completely supernatural in its entirety, and they just tried to put too many rules.
Mm-hmm.
They just tried to put so many rules that it just takes away from the supernaturalness. Part of the reason vampires are scary, we don't get them.
Mm-hmm.
Period. The idea, I'm sorry, the dumbest, no, it's not the dumbest, but one of the dumbest ideas ever to hit folklore, supernatural stories, whatever it is, myths, is the idea that vampires die from stakes and silver, and the fact that this movie made both of those a pinnacle part of this story, very stupid. The idea that vampires are like, whoa, precious metal. Hold on, buddy. It burns. Me no likey.
Yeah. I'm curious what it is about, because silver is a weakness to a lot of these kinds of monsters.
Yeah.
I'm curious what it is about silver that, like, what's the significance of it that makes that way.
I hope it's not racism.
The whole the whole like last fight.
Interesting. Here this is take this with a grain of salt. It's from Vampipedia.
Ooh.
It's a fandom thing. Because silver is seen as pure, it is effective against impure forces such as vampires and werewolves. Silver bullets, especially potent when blessed by a priest. Silver is also why vampires have no mirror reflection, as mirrors were originally made from silver and thus could not reflect anything unholy.
Is that what they were trying to show us when his son was like tied up at the end and he kept looking in the reflection? Like there was a mirror there?
Yeah.
Are they supposed to show us that he didn't have a reflection?
I think so.
because I didn't get that
until now.
until just now. Yeah, that whole room being filled with silver, it felt. I didn't understand who knew about vampires and their weaknesses, because Vlad didn't know that, he doesn't know it until he goes and like somebody's like, "Oh yes, there's vampires," and the blah 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 blah. Like he should have known that because he lives there, and so how does everybody else know about it, but he didn't?
And then the vampire's like, "Rid yourself of your silver; it offends me." You know, I don't know. Oh, that's a good point.
And then it has like this kryptonite effect to him. And so all of a sudden that he's weak and can't fight. It's like, no, that fight should have been over in a second.
They should have if they were making him out to be a good guy, don't make it an impurity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you then immediately go against what you're trying to make your character?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it is seen as pure and it goes against impure forces, whether the writers were specifically aware of that in those terminologies, it then makes Vlad impure. It makes him evil.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to say he's not. It would work if he was just gung-ho about being that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe he says there is no holy or unholy, there is no good or evil, there's only life or death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Type that
down. Write that down.
And then just walk on the silver like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the stake in the heart is just so stupid to me. I think they said it, didn't they say? Someone said it, of the irony of it, because if you just stake anyone in the heart, they're dying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just like you die like anybody else would. Yeah, there was one more thing. I don't know. It was dumb. Oh, why didn't he just turn into dust like everybody else at the end? Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, he like melted.
But he was like enough that he was able to be whatever. Let's wrap this thing up.
Hey, it's time for the review rewind. Read a positive review and a negative review. We see where we fall.
Thanks, Randy Newman.
Hey, everybody. Metacritic gave it a 40. Rotten Tomato gave it a 26. Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 58. The IMDb audience gave it a 62. That one's the most offensive. Anyway. Go ahead. Read the positive. See how you feel.
The 70 by... Wait, hold on. The New York Magazine Vulture gave it a 70. Dracula Untold is
that voice
dumb.
All over the place.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Dracula Untold is dumb. Lowest common denominator kind of movie. But it's a surprisingly entertaining one. It's brisk, which counts for a lot in this overbaked genre. The action is directed with verve and imagination, and it's all gorgeously bleak, with black clouds of bats whipping around remote, craggy castles beneath pretentious Carpathian skies.
Carpathian skies.
Well, this person started out as very relatable and then ended not relatable.
It was like, I'm gonna say this movie sucks, but
this movie's dumb, but it's fun.
I'm gonna throw some big words in there to make me feel smart. 25 from the Portland Oregonian. If this Dracula can kill hundreds of enemies by himself, and he can, and does, in several dull and protracted battle scenes, then where's the suspense?
Yep.
If he became a monster for noble reasons, then where's the dark conflict?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that was missing from this movie is it's the idea that there has to be this idea of, through the Nolan verse, this dark and gritty, brooding, yet what's it called? Conflicted hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, the fact that they think there had to be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
There didn't have to be a hero. Everyone, not everyone, but blockbuster movies do in fact enjoy when maybe not the greatest person in the world, but better than the bad guy, goes on an absolute rager of a revenge tour.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they didn't do that, I like the idea of if he could kill everyone, what's the suspense, and what the idea, the whole story has Mehmed chasing Dracula, chasing Vlad, when it should have been the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the Sultan. He has all of the resources possible. He should be able to run anywhere in the world legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they should have done. They should have had him running all over the world and Vlad doing everything he can to find him. And Vlad not just, destroying everyone, but being a little sneaky to not give away. Because, if he's just like a bowling ball knocking the pins over, you can hear the pins a mile away kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if they know the soldiers are going everywhere, he's just going to keep running. So he's forced to be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
That could have brought that suspense there. They could have easily answered that. They could have said, "Oh, as soon as he starts rolling through these Turkish soldiers, the Sultan knows, and he has a getaway plan.
Mm-hmm.
He has all the horses in Turkey. He can do whatever he wants. Like he can." His escape is the only reason he died the way he died is because he sought Vlad. He should have been running.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost need it to have been either Vlad chose this power because he's just a bad guy,
or it was an accident of some a mishap of sorts.
Yeah, or he's cursed, and he thinks of himself as a monster, and he has to come to terms with what being that monster is. Like that's the two versions.
He needs to have the John Wick moment of like, people keep asking me if I'm in or if I'm back, and you know what I gotta say, I think I'm back. And it's that kind of thing of like, people keep calling me a monster,
mm-hmm.
and I think I'm finally able to accept that I am a monster.
Yeah,
and then he does it out of that acceptance rather than him butting heads with that.
Mm-hmm. But instead we get this like indecisive middle ground, non-committal middle.
Yeah, this movie sucks.
Yeah, what do you give it?
F.
Oh, an F all the way to the F.
I'm giving it an F because while it does have a lot of good things, and honestly, it had moments of entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It was way more entertaining than like Clash of the Titans or whatever it is. Every outcome is bad though.
Mm.
Like there's no positive that then makes this movie good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I think if I watch it again, I'm going to get mad. And there could be
Don't get mad.
There could
get
be
Vlad.
Oh wait, hold on. Where is it? There you go. Yeah, I just it lacks so much, and anything that is remotely good doesn't actually redeem it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you have a mid-tier meal that has some nostalgia to it, but really was not made well, and then you get food poisoning, and you're like, oh, but there was nostalgia, but then you really start thinking about it, and you're like, but it wasn't really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it made me sick, so I probably shouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
Even though that nostalgia piece was there, there's enough other bad things that make just the nostalgia. Who gives a shit about the nostalgia?
Yeah. No, it's funny because like when I got to the end of it, and like even when I told you at the beginning of this, of like I kind of liked it. Like I think this is a scenario where if we blend both of these reviews together, Dracula Untold is dumb, lowest common denominator kind of movie, but it's surprisingly entertaining. And then after that, add what Portland Oregonian said about it being like, where's the suspense? Where's any of the conflict? Like, I agree with both of those sentiments.
Right.
The rest of that top one I don't agree with, but like, it's dumb. It's not good. But somehow I was entertained, and I got to the end of it. It's like, that was really dumb, and I don't know why I kind of liked it, but I did. I probably won't watch it again. I don't want to watch it again. But I was more entertained with this than some of the other ones that we've given an F.
I'm willing to change. It just depends on what you're saying.
I don't know. Like, if anything, I would be like D-. Like, it's not that much better.
I can give it a D-. I feel like D- is fair because like it had moments of entertainment. It just didn't know what the hell it was doing.
Yeah.
Which is true of apparently everyone who worked on it. The director didn't know what the hell he was doing. The writers didn't know what the hell they were doing. The only people who knew were like the director of photography, and he was just like, you want to do what now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can make it work. I don't know if we should, but
yeah.
Whoever was the person who was like, look, we got to kill a minute, and I got a hell of an idea. Vlad is going to like just fuck a guy with a sword, like right in the chest. And then that sword
He's going to be the perspective.
We're going to do a 360, and it is going to show everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, even if he's like a medieval warrior, that sword's going to be maybe 3.5 inches. So you're going to tell a whole battle scene in 3.5 inches? And then the guy's like, that's what she said.
I just wanted to look back at our other Fs and see how we feel, how this compares to it. Double Dragon.
God, that was such a bad movie.
It's such a bad movie.
That movie is my analogy of the meal. Like, it is it is all nostalgia and nothing else.
Uh-huh.
There
Batman and Robin.
Oh, fuck, that movie sucked too. That movie sucked because it felt like it was trying to be bad. And it's that I feel like it's that thing of, I've heard some comedians say, when you're trying to be funny, you're never really funny.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has to happen. When you're trying to make something bad, you're going to make it grotesque. Like, it's not going to be, there's nothing, it's not going to be fun bad.
Yeah. There's something about, like, Double Dragon was like, it's just so bad, but like,
it's kind of campy.
There's a charm to it.
There is a charm.
Batman and Robin was like, I think you guys are trying to go for the camp, and it just like,
but you're also trying not to. And
it's not where, like, you don't know what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
And then we have Batman v Superman, which we also gave
that movie was just bad.
And then Clash of Titans, which that one
was really awful because it was so boring.
It was so boring. And that's the one that I
boring.
think this movie is like the closest comparison of like, what other movies have we seen kind of like this? And this movie felt
What if you had Clash
so
of the
much
Titans?
better.
What if you had Clash of the Titans, but you also had just like a little sprinkle of daylight, little sprinkle of hope. And I think this movie is also kind of under the radar because I think it had a lot of hype because of the Dark Universe stuff, and then it came out, didn't do too great, and disappeared. No one, we're the first to talk about it since 2014. That's not true, but I mean, it feels like it. And I now know why.
Yeah.
Let's say this. They were trying to create a new, younger, I mean, it's Luke Evans, so definitely sexier, more appealing Dracula to fit into a larger world with other monsters or whatever. And they failed miserably. They took a wildly attractive man who is a really good actor and turned him kind of into a dud where his charisma is out the door.
Yeah.
And they showed him without his shirt. And somehow he lacked all the charisma he normally has. He had more charisma as Gaston, as a character you're supposed to hate. And yet there was a little bit of, but by gum, he's a great singer.
But he's Gaston.
Man, he's got something going for him. I normally wouldn't say that, but I gotta say he kind of does. Yeah, I don't know, man. This movie is an enigma in that every freaking person who worked on it should have seen this coming. They should have seen this coming and gone, let's wait. Also, hey, let's talk about one thing. This is me holding the mic, so you know I'm serious. I got a bone to pick with these motherfuckers. So we go through this whole thing. It starts out with Mr. Dance, Christopher Dance, Charles Dance, Chucky D tells Vlad, basically threatens him and is like, look, you're going to be my slave and I'm going to get my revenge. That was a big plot point. Never talked about again.
It feels like that's what the sequel was supposed to be about.
But here's the fucking stupid part. The ending of the movie ends in 2014, where the master vampire, that's all his name is, Charles Dance, is sitting at a table spying on Vlad, and then goes, "Let the games begin." They have already begun.
Mhm.
They are not beginning. They have already begun.
They've been happening for
They have
hundreds
been
of
had.
years.
What have you both been doing for, at minimum, 150 years?
Yeah.
What have you been doing for 300 years?
Yeah.
Not a goddamn thing. You have not run into each other. You've not seen each other. You have not attacked each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the shit with the reincarnated wife?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now we have reincarnated?
Yeah.
Look, if they were going to do this right, the sequel could be in the future. That's fine. That's fine. What they should have done was 30 years in the future,
Mm-hmm.
and his son is doing some stuff and maybe gets into trouble and mysteriously is saved, and then you find, oh, it's Vlad. He's still kicking, he's still alive. And then that cuts. Screw the future. Screw the future. Who cares? Or make them have a moment. It was only an hour and a half. You could add an extra 10 minutes. Do something.
Uh-huh.
I know that's the sequel. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid if you're trying to build a whole world and you have what should be the villain. Because maybe instead of Mehmed, the vampire is the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Where the vampire, Vlad is trying to destroy him and then ends up becoming a vampire. Cool. Great. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't introduce this great scary character and then at the end of the movie, let the games begin.
Yeah.
What the
This movie did not deserve a Captain America being unfrozen in 2012 moment.
The reincarnated pissed me off so much because you just have this dashing stranger go up to a woman and be like, "Those are beautiful." I was like, "What? Your flowers." Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then randomly say something his wife said or whatever, wherever that came from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it was a poem or just what she said. And then her go, "Oh, that's my favorite poem."
Mm-hmm.
No. Move on. Vlad, Dracula, move on. Move on. You cannot tell me this vampire has survived for hundreds of years with an enduring love for a wife who might come back someday.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
The ending, I think, someone just threw up on the script. It just said, "Yeah, that'll do.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fine." Look, we gotta connect this to the Mummy. So
She's got to be in modern day.
how do we bring Luke Evans into 2014? Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, boss, I got an idea. What if we reincarnate her wife? You're a genius. Oh, it sucks. It's awful.
Okay. I mean, you can give it an F.
That's right. That's right, you son of a bitch. It is an F. I told you. The movie, whatever entertaining thing it was, it dashed it all away in the last 20 minutes.
It's an F. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, thanks for listening. It's October. We have more planned for you. But remember, review those rewinds, and we'll see you next time. But we won't see Dracula because he's done.